So in the last video we found this Honda Civic at the junkyard, and we were able to find a bunch of OEM and aftermarket goodies to take home and install in our very own Civic build. Hello and welcome, my name is Kevin, and if y'all are new here, welcome to the series where I'm building this Honda Civic using only parts that I find here at the junkyard. Alright guys, so for today's video, we're going to be going to the junkyard to find some new body panels. Specifically, I want to find a new hood and some new fenders. I don't know if y'all can tell from this camera angle, but yeah, this hood, it just has a few dents in it that I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to punch out myself. So we are doing a junkyard build. Why not just find a new one and replace it? But the issue is, I don't have anything to haul a new hood with. You know, I don't own a truck yet, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this off here at home, and then we'll drive it over to the junkyard and basically install it right then and there. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that, and I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But just real quick, let me show you guys why I want to replace these body parts. I've just got a few dents here and there. I mean, this one's pretty nasty. It's like, I don't know if someone got angry and just, you know, but yeah, we've got a big one right here. We've got, you know, some small ones up at the front as well. Oh, also right here in the middle, it kind of caves in. Y'all can't really tell, but especially because of this clear coat. But yeah guys, as you can tell, this hood is clearly messed up. Even the clear coat is fading away, so I figured I might as well just replace it all. Hopefully we could find a clean dent-free hood at the junkyard. But besides that, we'll also be looking for some new fenders for the car as well. If we get a closer look, you guys can see that my fenders are just riddled with dents, and yeah, it's not looking so good. The passenger side isn't too bad, but once we get over to the driver's side, oh man guys, look at this. Not quite sure how this happened. Maybe the car was in a hit and run situation, but yeah, a new driver's side fender is on the list of junkyard parts that I gotta find. So because I'll be grabbing a new hood from the junkyard, first things first, I'm thinking about completely taking off the hood and just driving the car there, because I'm not gonna have a way to haul a new hood back home. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is separate the hood from the hinges, which are only held in by 4 bolts. There's gonna be 2 on each side, and they'll all be 10mm bolts. Once those are off, don't forget to remove the lines for the wiper fluid. You can just yank on it and set it aside. And by the way, someone in the comments were saying that they cringe every time that I open my toolbox because it's so damn messy inside. So I'm gonna look into investing in a new toolkit, since some of the tools keep falling out of place whenever I swing it open. So if you guys have any recommendations on what toolkits that you guys like to use, go ahead and drop that down below in the comments, and maybe I'll check them out. But until then, I'll have to keep using this Walmart toolbox. Alright, yeah, before I actually take these all out, I'm just gonna find something to prop this hood up while I take these bolts out, so it doesn't come flying down, fall on the windshield, break that, fall on my head, break my noggin. And so to hold the hood up, I decided to use the handle to my jack stand, which worked perfectly in this situation. Now I don't gotta worry about it falling on me. Yeah, well, that's how you take off your hood by yourself. I guess you don't really need another set of hands. Kind of worried there, but now before I go and take off, I think I'm just gonna clean this this little section right here, since I got trees. This thing loves to just deposit all of its dead leaves here on the car. Boys, I'm sweating my ass off in here. Can't even roll my windows down, bruh. Look, my mustache is even breaking down. Oh man, it's all bad in here. So that was a pretty rough drive, but luckily we managed to get here all in one piece. I was honestly a little bit worried that I wasn't gonna make it, but The car seemed to do just fine without a hood on. And check it out, y'all. The guy beside me had the same idea. Hopefully they find a headlight for theirs. Oh my god, guys. Just entering the junkyard. First thing I see. Guys, we just found an Acura Integra. These cars don't usually make it to the junkyard anymore, so I'm super stoked to see this here. But it looks like they're trying to sell the whole car as a shell, so I don't think I'm able to pull off any parts off of this yet. But it's got some fun parts like the front lip and these Honda Fit wheels. But let's check out what it looks like on the inside. Oh man, do I miss being inside of an Integra. Yeah, I used to own one of these. I've owned two in my life. One of them being my first car ever. Looks like a couple of things are missing from here, but I mean, for the most part, it's you know, pretty complete shell. Although it's rather dusty in here. It must have been sitting for quite some time. Yeah, I've been debating whether or not I should get another one, but Integras these days, they're actually a lot more harder to find than regular Civics. So yeah, I'm not quite sure if I want to go back into that platform. Getting a lot more expensive. Real quick, let's go ahead and pop the hood and see what it's got underneath. Looks like it's still gonna have the B series inside of it. This would make for an easier swap if I didn't already decide to go K series. But yeah guys, this was a really cool find. Just like that Civic hatch in the previous video, these Hondas are just getting harder and harder to come by. So if you own one of these, let's try our best to keep them on the road. Now walking further into the yard, I came across another cool car, which is going to be a Mitsubishi Lancer OZ Rally. These I feel like have the same energy as Honda Civics, whereas you'd love to have a Type R or an Evo, but don't quite have the funds, so you settle for the base model and just modify it to your liking. And I still see a lot of these on the road today, so they must be reliable. Hey guys, look at this fat ass exhaust that I'm pulling from underneath the car. Could you imagine me putting this onto the Civic? This would be so loud. And it turns out this was a Greddy exhaust. With this, you'd probably make a quick buck off of Facebook Marketplace. How's that thing still here? Matter of fact, how is this whole kit still here? Now most of these you find on the road and here at junkyards usually are automatic, so it was really cool to find out that this was stick shift. This would be a great find for anyone who's trying to convert to manual. Oh my god, y'all. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm sweating balls out here. Hopefully we can make this junkyard trip worth it. Really hoping to find that Civic hood that we need. Oh man, looks like this thing's been thoroughly picked apart. Yeah, I think when they got this thing, it was a complete car judging from the picture off on the website. But this is how it ends up after weeks of being in the junkyard. Our next find, we stumble upon another Integra, or rather, the Acura RSX. See, I like coming to this pick and pull because from time to time you can usually find these things here just waiting to be picked apart. And for Honda boys like us, it's kind of like finding gold, since everything off of this car is basically sought after. Like the engine and the transmission, and some of the interior parts like the steering wheel. Stuff like that makes for a great upgrade for a Honda Civic. As for today, I won't be pulling anything off of this because we are on a mission to find a new hood for my car. But we'll just go ahead and see what's left of this car. Seems like someone's already got to the seats. They must have been in really good condition. And so when looking for an engine swap, cars that get sent to the junkyard due to an accident like this one are usually the safer bets when trying to find a healthy motor. It just goes to show that the car must have been running and driving before ending up here at the junkyard, likely due to the accident versus having an engine failure. Now check this out guys, remember that Accord that we found in a previous video? Turns out no one bought it, so they decided to just throw it away and leave it here to be picked apart. It's a pretty sad turn of events, but at least it's still available to whoever needs parts for their Accord. Alright, so now it's time to move on to the part that we're actually here for, which is going to be a 99 to 2000 Honda Civic hood. I'm so glad to find this here in one piece because I've come across so many Civics with ruined body panels. And while this may not be in the best condition ever, I'm thinking we can definitely work with this once it's time to start sanding and prepping it for paint. Now this Civic's pretty clean all around. It's too bad that it ended up here as well. But again, for us Honda boys, it's going to be another junkyard score. And look y'all, to my surprise, this one actually turned out to be a stick shift. No freaking way. And it even still has the cluster inside of it. Definitely some parts that are worth taking home. But real quick, let's just pop the hood and see what we've got underneath. And it would have been nice to have gotten some new fenders as well, but judging from the condition that these are in, I think I'm gonna have to pass on it since they're no better than mine. Alright y'all, let's go ahead and grab what we came here for. Oh man, I really hate to leave this exposed, but someone already took the valve cover, so it is what it is. Not sure why anyone would want a D series anyways, but hey, if you were looking for a manual swap, this transmission would be good to take. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and run this up to the counter. Hopefully give me a good price. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't bring my full tool set because we got a long way to go. And before I leave though, I'm just gonna help myself to these lug nuts since I'm missing some on mine. Yeah, in the rear, I've only got 3 nuts holding my wheels in, so this should complete my set. Alright man, check me out man. Still in the parking lot of the pick and pull. Just about to install this right here and right now. And installing the hood by yourself is pretty simple as well. You just gotta have something to keep it propped open and line it up with the hangers so that you can bolt it in. But yeah guys, here we go. We got a brand new hood with no dents in it. It's looking pretty nice on there. And there's still a gap because it doesn't want to close all the way. I think I gotta adjust my latch again since it's loose. But yeah, we'll do that when I get home. Stop by the old Harbor Freight. I wanted to see if I could do some metal work on the car, so I'll be grabbing this hammer and dolly set. If y'all been following my channel for some time now, you guys know that I love to do everything myself. I don't know if it's because I'm stubborn or I'm just cheap or whatever, but went ahead and bought me a body and fender hammer set. After paying 90 bucks for this hood, I kind of thought to myself, why not just try to hammer this out myself for free? Well, I mean, this wasn't for free, but you know what I mean. I'm thinking these fenders might come out to be like 50 a piece, so before I fully replace them, I think I'm just gonna try to punch out these dents. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And if I'm gonna be replacing this anyways, it won't hurt to try. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so as you guys know, I've got just a couple of dents here and there on my front fenders. And like I said before, the plan is to just replace them with some junkyard ones that are in better condition. But before I do that, I think it'd be worth it to try and fix this myself. So first things first, we've just got to take them off the car by unbolting all of the 10mm bolts that are holding them in. There's going to be 8 bolts in total that you got to take out. 3 up top, 2 behind the front bumper, and I've got mine held in with just a zip tie, so I just cut that off to get to these bolts. But usually there's a 10mm bolt holding the bumper and fender together. And go ahead and grab yourself an extension so that you can get easier access to that one bolt. Next, we'll grab a small Phillips head screwdriver and undo this fender liner so that it's not attached to the fender when we're taking it off. Right here I'm just turning the wheel so I could get better access to these screws. We'll be needing this off in order to take off the side skirt that's hiding 2 more bolts for the fender. Oh, and look at this y'all. We've got a little buddy to help us out with the build. Alright, so next we'll just open up the door, which exposes 1 bolt holding it in from the top. And at first, I thought that was enough to take the fender off, but again, there's going to be 2 last bolts to take out that are being hidden behind the side skirt. So we're going to reach underneath and pop these rivets out, which will then let us pull these side skirts off. And there it it is, our busted up fender is now off of the car. I'm going to be banging this up on the concrete floor, so I'm just going to use some cardboard as padding. Yeah, the fender's pretty crumpled up on the bottom here, so what I'll try is flipping it over and hammering it out from the other side. Also, it's kind of a weird spot as it's not such a flat piece. We'll have to bang it out and recreate that curved arch. And I've never done this before, so I'm curious to see how well these tools work. So let's go ahead and bring this over and do a quick unboxing. This is going to be the Maddox body and fender tool set. This set cost me about 50 bucks and it comes with 7 tools. As you can see, these hammers and dollies all come in a variety of shapes for the different types of body panels that you would be working on. Now I'm thinking this mushroom looking thing will help us achieve that curved shape for our fender. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and test this hammer out and see how well it does hammering out a dent. It's probably the wrong tool to use, but I just want to see it in action first. And then I'll try out one of the curved tools after. This small lip was in my way, so I'm gonna use a long needle nose plier to bend it back just a bit. Oh, and for reference, my passenger side is in decent shape, so after hammering on it for a while, I'll occasionally check to see if it's getting any closer to its original form. It's somewhat getting there. I'm gonna go ahead and try out one of these doohickeys. Seems like this will conform the shape a lot better since it's kind of curved, I don't know what the proper usage or etiquette with this. I don't know if I'm supposed to just boom, boom, like Hulk smash it, or, hammer it from the other side. Yeah, we're just winging it. It kind of just works better if I just, slam it with my hand. Hey guys, it's pretty loud using this. It's a Sunday afternoon. Hopefully I'm not bothering the neighbors with this. Man, honestly, I think this is doing the trick. Just looking at it right now, it looks a lot better from the other side. Let's go ahead and flip it and see what it looks like. Oh wow. It's already kind of taking shape. Now for this lip part, I think I'm gonna try to use this end, the skinnier end. Still kind of wonky though. Let me see if I can work it out. Man, check it out guys. It's a little bumpy, but now it's no longer crumpled up like before. Now there's still some points on the fender where the metal looks pinched and out of shape like right here. So I'm going to try using this curved dolly tool underneath as a support. Then use the flat tipped hammer to flatten it out. It's actually pretty satisfying how well this is working. I didn't really expect it to, come out so well, but I mean, obviously it doesn't look brand new, but just the fact that I'm able to, change the shape and conform it to whatever I want, it's pretty cool. This fender, it was pretty crumpled up. Now it's looking somewhat straighter. See, now it kind of looks somewhat like a original fender. Still gotta bang this stuff out, kind of make it flat. But yeah, I also gotta add that little arc that you see here. It kind of goes straight down to recreate that shape. I think I'll just have to use body filler instead, to be honest. Alright, I want to try to flatten this out a lot better, so I'm just gonna move this over to the stand so I can get better positioning. Whew, man, look at this, y'all. This whole fender used to be all bent up. Now it's looking decent enough to throw back on. I mean, you could definitely tell that I worked on it, but I'm thinking once I bring it to bare metal and do a skin coat of body filler over it, we can have it looking just like OEM. Amateur job for sure, but I'm proud of how it came out for it being my first time doing this. Alright man, let's go ahead and reinstall this and see how it looks. I gotta say, doing that was actually pretty fun. I think I might be a fan of metalwork, like just straight up hammer and dolly metalwork. Definitely feels like a different type of like automotive work. You know, you're just banging away with a hammer, kind of like hammering away all of your problems. But that was pretty fun. That was definitely a stress relieving process. And look at this, man. It kind of, you know, I kind of bent it back to the original shape. Sure, it looks pretty crusty right here, but I'm thinking maybe I could flatten it down more and then just, you know, cake it over with Bondo or something. Some type of body filler. Yeah, I don't think I'm quite good enough to, you know, get it back to 100 or 90% with just a hammer and dolly. I think the process would be 70% body work and then 30% body filler. But yeah, dude, that's pretty cool. I'm honestly surprised by the results. If you guys want to try this for yourself, that tool says it's only like 40 bucks at Harbor Freight. So if you just want to experiment or something. Now I might mess with that more off camera, but now that we're done with this fender, let's go ahead and move on to the passenger side. Doesn't look like we'll have much to do, but I do see these 3 dents up top. So let's go ahead and get to work on this. Wow guys, it's like this fender wasn't even dented in previously. Compared to the first fender, I think I did a way better job on this one. Up close, you can kind of sense that it had some work done on it, but wow man, I'm just surprised at how well it came out this time around. Having done this, it's given me some confidence on wanting to try out paintless dent repairs on the car now. So I might dedicate a video trying to pop out all of those dents on my quarter panels. I think that would make for a fun video. But guys, what do y'all think so far? I've got a new hood and repaired the front fenders. Should we start sanding it down so that we can lay some paint finally? Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. You know, we found a new hood, tried to fix my fender. That's about all we're gonna do for that video. I'm thinking next time, hopefully we could find some new fenders and then pull out all of the dents on my car. So that way we can finally get onto sanding and painting the car. But as you can see, I'm in a different environment. I guess I just wanted to introduce y'all to, you know, one of my other hobbies. I don't know about you guys, but you know, being a car enthusiast, it's such an expensive hobby. Lately, I've been collecting a lot of Hot Wheels, a lot of Lego sets, and just, you know, random like toy model cars here and there. What I'm actually gonna be doing is I'm gonna make a separate channel for all of that goodness. An overview of what the content's gonna look like on that side. I'll pretty much just be building like toy cars like this, you know, ranging from everything from Legos, Hot Wheels, model cars. Maybe we'll get into airbrushing. Yeah, I'm just gonna slap this on the end of this video and I'll do a quick like lapse of it just to give you guys a preview of what's gonna be on that channel. So if any of you guys like collecting like Hot Wheels or toy cars like this, head on over to that channel. We're gonna be building this together. I've never built a Lego set before in my entire life, so if you guys want to join me on the building, I'm gonna have the channel pop up right here. I'm gonna throw it in the link down below. So yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and start building.